Today on Softball 360, get ready for the showdown in Motown as teams Miken and Demarine are ready to roar at the home of the Tigers. Comerica Park is where the big cats prowl, and today it's a place softballs will fly. One of the original long-haul bombers came out to take some BP. Wally Wooldyke shares his thoughts on this year's teams and how the game has changed.
They're just carrying on the legacy. It's just awesome.
Rock and fire with the ladies of fast pitch and the future of the sport. And take a look back at the career of one of the all-time greats, Jenny Finch. What does it take to be king of the softball mountain? At the King of the Hills tourney in the Black Hills, famous faces are just part of the program. Grrr. Like a tiger, Softball 360 starts right now. This is the only show dedicated to the sport of softball.
Welcome to Softball 360, America's favorite spot for the sport of summer. I'm your host, Timi Leighton. On today's show, the Long Haul Bombers and the Stadium Power Tour drive to Detroit, a town with a great sports tradition and a ballpark to match.
Game day for the Long Haul Bombers in Detroit starts early with batting practice. Time to get loose, time to get ready. On this Michigan morning, one of the original long-haul bombers from back in the day has joined in. Bob Wooldyke was one of the first home run heroes on the Stadium Power Tour. Today, Wally is retired, but he's still in great shape with a swing to match. Wally likes what he sees in the current group on the Stadium Power Tour.
Well, it really hasn't changed a tremendous amount. I mean, the guys have gotten bigger. I mean, I'm a lot smaller than what Denny and Ed are, but they still hit them just a mile. They're hitting them further than we did, and they're just carrying on the legacy. It's just awesome.
Today, it's also time for a rookie to step in and step it up.
My name is Dale Brungart, and I swing for Team Demarine. We've got a lot of young talent. We're fast, we hustle. And we have chemistry, so it's dangerous. We're a dangerous team.
I will give him a hug before he steps in the box so he relaxes and just gets up there, let the hands fly. Guy hits it farther than I'd say most everybody out here. He's 23 years old and he crushes.
Tour veterans from Team Miken are also on hand. Denny Crine and Ed the Kid Vega know what to do to keep the pace on the championship race.
From a manufacturer standpoint, we got to hit as many as we can every time out. You know, it's getting down to the end, and Easton's put up a big number, and you know we're chasing right now, so we got to hit as many as we can for the rest of the year.
From BP to the Tiger Den, today is the first stop for the Stadium Power Tour in Detroit, and there's lots of prowling around at the park.
Awesome park. The venue is, I'd say, second to none any of the parks that I've been to. Great atmosphere. The fans here are amazing. Day game, and I believe they sold out, so awesome support out here.
Comerica Park feels brand new, but opened back in 2000 with plenty of subtle salutes to the Tigers' old home, legendary Tiger Stadium. Check out the overhanging bleachers and lots of Tiger history.
Comerica Park is awesome. It's beautiful. The problem is it's a big park, but it looks impressive from home plate. It really looks big, but these guys can hit it that far no matter what. So the problem is in their mindset when they look at it and they go, man, this is big. Then they struggle a little bit trying to hit it too far and too hard, and then hit a lot of liners.
The Tiger theme is just about everywhere at Comerica Park, from paws to jaws, you name it. And outside the park, a giant-sized tiger has become the place to meet and greet, pose for a picture, and even share your best tiger growl. Inside the park, feline features abound, from a cat-themed carousel to, would you believe, a 50-foot Ferris wheel for fans. A massive scoreboard prepares the afternoon crowd for the Detroit debut of the Long Haul Bombers. As the Bombers check out the park, Tigers manager Jim Leland is checking out the long haul Bombers, perhaps looking for another cleanup hitter. Time will tell as DeMarini and Miken get ready for the showdown in Motown.
Tell them not to relax because we're coming.
Plenty more ahead on Softball 360, but in the meantime, and as always, check us out at softball360.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
When Softball 360 returns, softball in the shadow of Mount Rushmore at the King of the Hills tourney in the Black Hills of South Dakota. And we'll answer the question, where are they now, Jenny Finch? Later, Team Miken and DeMarini get ready to test the confines of Comerica Park in the home of the Tigers in Detroit.
Softball 360 is brought to you by Easton Sports. There is a difference, and the difference is Easton. By Miken Sports, elite equipment for the elite player. Miken Sports. By bpathletics.com. When you want the best in quality, service, and price, log on to bpathletics.com. And by softballcenter.com, the site for major softball news.
Welcome back to Softball 360. I'm Timi Leighton. It's time now where we take a look at the tournament amid the backdrop of famous faces. It's the King of the Hills tournament where one team gets to become King of the Softball Mountain.
The hills are alive with the sounds of softball.
I think it's a great tournament. It's one of the best tournaments all year long.
I'm in Rapid City, South Dakota at the probably best tournament in the world. King of the Hill.
King of the Black Hills, King of Mount Rushmore.
That's right.
Welcome to the gateway of the Black Hills and the wild, wild west. For close to a decade, they've been rounding up softballers to South Dakota, and the tournament has grown. It's now the largest in the state and attracts some of the best teams and players.
For Western South Dakota, this is a very great deal. We have teams from Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wyoming. So we get them from a wide area of the Midwest. We do our best to try and keep the divisions as competitive as we possibly can.
It's a chance to play teams from all over the country. You know, I mean, to come up and play a team from, you know, Dickerson, South Dakota, or from, you know, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, it gives us a chance to grow. You know, in order to be the best, you got to play the best.
There are 5 divisions for players of all skill levels. Part of the appeal at King of the Hills are the facilities and fields. Tidy and well laid out, they set the stage for some great games. At the annual Home Run Derby, plenty of power is on display. Now, if you are coming for a few days of softball, you might as well stick around. Winning isn't the only thing, but it's right up there with Mount Rushmore, herds of buffalo, and one-of-a-kind tourist destinations. It's become a softball vacation for many teams.
It's an affordable family vacation, so teams coming out, not only do they come out to play softball, but they have the whole opportunity for the sights and background of the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota.
It's hard to believe that out in the great flat plains, this oasis exists in the mountains. Great lakes out here, a lot of free, fresh air.
Now, let's get back to the games. That's what we came for. The tourney has earned a reputation for great competition and rewards the winner with prizes to match. Teams from around the nation travel here to test others and be tested.
They like the competition. They like to be playing teams from other parts of the state.
Everybody we played, they've been really down to earth. You know, they've been fun. We've had some great competition here, and you know, we always get a sincere good game from several other teams.
While bringing home trophies and prizes is important, teams are also creating memories that will last a lifetime. And that's what really gets you to the King of the Softball Mountain.
Whether you win or lose, it's about playing the game and about enjoying around other guys who do the same.
For information and the results to this year's tournament, log on to softball360.com.
It's time now where we rewind, review, and recap. All season long, we've been following some of the greatest tournaments and crowning champions along the way. Here are some of the highlights and greatest hits from this season.
The ASA Super National is coming to St. Paul's Midway Stadium. The best softball teams from across the nation battle to be the ASA National Champion before the Saints game. On Friday night, check out the finals of the Stadium Power Tour with the world's greatest softball home run hitters, the Long Haul Bombers. Massive homers, a Saints game, a fireworks show, and an ASA National Championship. For tickets, log on to saintsbaseball.com.
Stick around, we have more Softball 360 coming right at you.
From Black Hills to the white sand beaches of Panama City, Florida, the best teams in the nation are gathering and getting ready for the WSL Worth North American Championships from always sunny Panama City Beach, Florida. For dates and details, log on to softball360.com. Still ahead, it's the countdown to the showdown in Motown as Miken and DeMarini are ready to roar at Comerica Park. But there is plenty more on the Stadium Power Tour. A big show in Seattle Friday, July 26th, and then home run derbies in Minnesota, New York, and Miami. The Stadium Tour finals are set for Friday, August 23rd at Midway Stadium in St. Paul, Minnesota. All part of the ASA Super National, as the best of the best will play to crown a national champion. For details, log on to softball360.com.
Welcome back to Softball 360. I'm Timi Leighton. It's time now where we check out the ladies of fast pitch. These girls are ready to rock and fire.
Rock and fire, a phrase these ladies live by.
All right, girlie, rock and fire, kid. That a baby!
From 70-mile-an-hour rise balls to line drives, diving catches, and gutsy play.
Is that long far
A big part of the ladies' game is taking the sport they love to the players of tomorrow.
Did you guys open up your minds? Did you open up your ears and your hearts to these ladies? Yeah! I love it.
We caught up with the future of fast pitch at a clinic that brings together all the elements needed to engage and grow the next generation of fast pitch.
It's fun, it's competitive, but at the same time, it's interactive with the fans and the young ladies, and they come out and they do a little competition with us. And then the next day we also do another game, and then we do autographs afterwards. It's a great experience. They've learned a lot, not only what we tell them, but just by watching us play and the way that we carry ourselves on the field.
And for the kids at the clinic, learning from the greats of the game may be the best experience of all.
It's really great for us players because it's really rewarding to give back to the younger players of today.
You just get to connect with the younger crowd and get them fired up in how you love the sport, and that's really what it's all about.
I moved my body. Do you see that the ball in my head is pretty much even? Okay?
And because it's just a unique opportunity and it's awesome.
All right, all right.
Talk to them a little bit, share some advice, share our own experiences, and be there for them on a floor that they can actually connect up with us in a very intimate way.
The achievement, she can do anything, part of a team.
Open your ears, open your minds. I want you guys to learn at least one new thing today. Y'all can do that, right? Heck yeah, we can all do that. We can learn at least one thing.
And it's really great, I think, as a spectator, because what's better than getting to interact with your favorite players and watch them and talk to them and hang out and learn from the best.
We want a home run.
All fast pitch fans remember the great Jenny Finch, an Olympic medalist and icon of the sport. Jenny became an ambassador for fast pitch. Since retiring in 2010, she's been raising a family, writing books, and running marathons. But Jenny, like so many who grew up with fast pitch, still relies on her fast pitch roots: hard work, team play, and one last thing, rockin' fire.
Plenty more ahead on Softball 360, but in the meantime, and as always, check us out at softball360.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
When Softball 360 returns, Team Miken and Dee Marini are cued and ready for the showdown in Motown. Will Miken's Denny Crine keep Dee Marini's Donovan Pakraka at bay? Meet some working hard, playing hard softballers from Texas, the Connors. Reagan Connor plays for Texas Wrath and does double duty at catcher and third. Talk about hustle. While her team made 212 putouts in the field, she was responsible for 102 of them herself. Send us info and pics about your team to softball360.com and we'll share them with the world.
Softball 360 is brought to you by Dee Marini. Upgrade your game with the Dee Marini CL22. By Evil Sports. The best softball on the planet is evil. evilsports.com. By Reebok. Check out the Reebok 2013 Barrage at suncoastsports.net. And by the WSL. Play the next level. The WSL Worth North American Championship Series.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Timi Leighton, and the place is Softball 360. It's time for the big show, and we're heading down to home of the Detroit Tigers at Comerica Park.
Time for the showdown in Motown, and the first time the Stadium Power Tour has made a trip to Detroit's Comerica Park, and its big 420 straight away to center. The weather today is pitch perfect, and the rules are simple. Each bomber gets 15 pitches. Each pitch is worth 1 point. Except for the last pitch, known as the money ball. It counts as 2 points and can be the tiebreaker today. Let's get to the action. Leading off for Team Miken is Ed the Kid Vega. The kid is big and powerful with a swing to match. Vega's been described as the gentle giant, but at 6'5", 300 pounds, the slugger from Southern California has earned a reputation as a power hitter who can flat out crush it and sends evil softball sailing with a Miken RevX max load bat. Kid is having a good but not great day at the plate. He settles for 6 points and will have to hit harder, faster, and further at the next event. Next to take a crack at Comerica is Donovan Devo Pakraka for Team Dee Marini. Devo is a rookie, but don't expect any jitters. Just check out his softball resume. ASA National Champ, 3-time U-Trip First Team All-Conference, and a 15-time U-Trip All-Tourney team. Big? You bet. And Donovan also has the cat-like quickness needed to send softball souvenirs flying out of the yard. And today, some of these are massive, in the 450-foot range. Now, younger players, keep an eye on the swing of Donovan and his Dee Marini bat. That is how you do it. And ends his shift at the plate in the lead. Double figures with 10 big points. The softball world is on notice. Devo has arrived. Get ready for Bubba Brungart from Team Dee Marini. Bubba is ready to shake up the Stadium Power Tour. At 6 foot tall and 240 pounds, Bubba believes in compact power. When Bubba connects, look out, Motown. But it seems like he's pressing, and his Detroit debut was not meant to be. He ends the day with a less than awesome performance and the promise of better days ahead. Can DC top 10? That's the question for Denny Grand Slam Crine. At 6'7" and 300 pounds, not much gets in his way. Denny knows what it takes to get to the top. He's blasted his way twice to the Stadium Power Tour Championships. DC is an 8-time U-Trip World Champ and the first athlete to have a signature Miken bat, the DC 41 Supermax. Denny knows his way around an MLB park. Earlier in his career, he played for the Chicago White Sox. DC is closing in on Devo, and it comes down to the last pitch. Oh, not today. Fame is fleeting on the Stadium Power Tour. Denny ends up with 9 points just behind Donovan Pakraka, the champ today.
Today, got out there, got the first swing out of the way, nerves calmed down a little bit, and just got into a groove early and stuck with it the best I could.
Here are the final results from Comerica Park in Detroit. For current team standings, head over to Softball360.com to see who's taking the lead in the battle of the brands: Miken, DeMarini, Reebok, or Easton.
What a show in Motown, where there is plenty of pop and power in the bats. But only 6 long-haul bombers can qualify for the finals, so be sure to check out the standings on Softball360.com. I'm Timi Leighton, and as I like to say, let's get out to the park and play ball.
Next week on Softball 360, the Stadium Power Tour heads to Houston as DeMarini and Reebok put on a show at the home of the Astros and meet the men on the mound, the pitchers on the Stadium Power Tour. And we'll preview the WSL Worth North American Championships as the best teams in North America get ready to play at legendary Frank Brown Park. These stories and more next week on Softball 360.